Charlie Baker calling. The folks in the community will be happy to know that the sales tax is different than COVID. It will take part of the summer off, but it will surge back this fall because there's no vaccine for the sales tax, other than going to New Hampshire.
Who thinks the legislature is actually going to repeal the sales tax for 2 months? Give me a break. Why doesn't he do something that he could actually accomplish, like ending the scam with the Transportation Climate Initiative? This is New England, the last state in the region, in the Northeast region, that's into this grift is Massachusetts, and he won't give it up. He wants to raise the gas tax from 24 cents to 62 cents, but he comes out. You know, it's like that song Maggie's Farm. I keep coming back to that, Taylor. He hands you a nickel. He hands you a dime. He asks you with a grin if you're having a good time. It's a shame the way he makes me scrub the floor.
Howie, Sheldon Whitehouse calling. Look, we have an extremely diverse group of people in our club. They're bankers, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're businessmen. Some are fat, some are short, some are tall, some are skinny, but they're very diverse.
Yeah, some of them went to Brown, some of them went to Harvard, some of them are Unitarian, some of them are Episcopalians. A couple of the low-rent types are Congregationalists. We got all kinds of people in here. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week reminding you that, just like COVID, the need for blood donations never takes a holiday. Right now, New England is facing an unprecedented shortage of all blood types, and the need has never been greater. Donating blood is what needs to be incentivized.
If Kamala Harris wants to know what the root cause of illegal immigration is, all she has to do is look in the mirror.
Yes, as painful as that might be. You know, we're hoping for a lot of people to be down at Viva Trattoria with Grace and I tomorrow in Rentham, and people say, who's going to be down there? I can tell you one person who's not going to be down there: Kamala Harris, because they don't have a Viva Trattoria yet in El Paso, Texas.
Senator Whitehouse, more like Senator Whites only.
Yeah. Senator White Robe, Senator White Hood.
The Spouting Rock Beach Association has posted its dinner menu, which consists of clam chowder, anything blackened with a side of toasted wasp, cancel corn, and blue blood blueberry parfait.
Oh. That's good stuff. I got to read I'll read you the update on Sheldon Whitehouse. Again, this is a guy who wanted to unleash the RICO statute and prosecute people who disagree with him on climate change. He now says, number one, there's no discrimination at Bailey's Beach Club. And number two, I misspoke when I said there was, when I was talking to the reporter. And number three, I don't belong to the Bailey's Beach Club. But that's really what he's saying. That was his excuse today.
An attack on variance is an attack on Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, I know. They're very angry about that headline in the Wall Street Journal today, saying the Delta variant is not lethal or less lethal.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, Sleepy Joe's sending his favorite woke girl. This laughing hyena won't mention coyotes. She'll just blame Trump and the media will too.
Very good. You know, El Paso, isn't that Robert Francis O'Rourke's hometown? The Irishman known as Beto? Is he going to be there? Or is he too busy rounding up all the AR-15s?
From 6-foot lengths of chain to push-ups to F-15s and nukes. I'm seeing a pattern here. 50 years of empty threats from a hollow man.
Yeah. You know, how can they say that you can't... Biden said this yesterday. If you want to overthrow the government, you need fighter planes, F-15s, and you need nuclear weapons. And yet he's the same guy who said that the quote-unquote insurrection on January 9th, because that's when he thinks it took place, not the 6th. January 9th was the greatest threat to the republic since the Civil War, even though they didn't find any weapons and nobody was killed except for the unarmed Air Force veteran female protester who was shot in cold blood by a Capitol Police officer. Which is it? Is it easy to overthrow the government with people taking selfies in Nancy Pelosi's office, or do you need nuclear weapons? It can't be both, can it?
How did Lawrence O'Donnell respond to the shark sighting near Cape Cod? Stop the hammerhead! Stop the hammerhead out there! Who's got a hammerhead?
You got that one ready there, Taylor? No, he doesn't. Taylor's working on Weekend Woke. You'll just have to remember that magic moment when Lawrence O'Donnell went crazy. He's one of the beautiful people. He went to Harvard. That's in the Poison Ivy League, you know.
Joe Biden here. Some doubt I put 1,000,000 miles on Amtrak. Well, let me tell you, after 180 years in the U.S. Senate, I got that done decades ago. No joke.
508 says, didn't Senator Whitehouse run for president in 2020 on the metric system? I'm sorry you've got your Rhode Island blue bloods mixed up. That would be Lincoln Chafee, not Sheldon Whitehouse. Their two kids, though, were picked up together, riding around in a car full of booze when they were not 21 a few years back. You may recall that.
Howie, Joe Biden calling. Come on, man. I knew gun control would be very important when I was choosing my attorney colonel general, you know the thing. So that's why I chose the best, Matlock Garland. Ooh, hey Hunter, can I eat these M&Ms?
I find that amusing, but I'm sure some people aren't going to find that all that amusing. And by the way, he was doing a lot of coughing and heavy breathing today on top of everything else. And when he was discussing breathing, he was having a problem himself. Cut 4.
Kind of jobs that provide a middle class life with a little bit of breathing room. A little bit of breathing room for American families. My dad used to say, being in the middle class is just being able to take that extra breath. I mean it sincerely. Think about it. Think about all the people who can't take that breath.
You know, until he started talking like this on a fairly regular basis, I hadn't thought about iron lungs for 30, 40 years. But now I guess is that what they call ventilators now? Iron lungs? Yeah, it probably is.
That was your last CHUMPLINE message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
That's it for the CHUMPLINE today. The CHUMPLINE is the recorded voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. You can call and leave a message at any hour of the day or night, including weekends, as long as it's between 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on weekdays. The number is 844-500-4242, 844-500-4242. Press 2 for the CHUMPLINE. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday. If you didn't hear your message or you just like to hear lots more CHUMPLINE messages, you can always listen to the extra CHUMPLINE messages that we didn't use. We put them on in a podcast at around 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Chopped Chumps, we call it. Get Chopped Chumps wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcast. The CHUMPLINE is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week reminding you that, just like COVID, the need for blood donations never takes a holiday. Right now, New England is facing an unprecedented shortage of all blood types, and the need has never been greater. Donating blood is what needs to be incentivized.
The Spouting Rock Beach Association has posted its dinner menu, which consists of clam chowder, anything blackened with a side of toasted wasp, cancel corn, and blue blood blueberry parfait.
I'm enjoying this story way too much. 310 says if F-15s are outlawed, only outlaws will have F-15s. That's why I did my Christmas shopping early today and bought Abrams tanks for all the girls. 844-500-4242. I'm Howie Carr.
It's his show, and he knows how to use it.
Would you turn that microphone off, please? For me, if you would... I am paying for this microphone, Mr.
Howie Carr returns after this.